let's take a look at how to find your way around your payroll in Paycircle. So if we start at the top left, you'll be able to see your company name and the frequency of the payroll. You'll then see just underneath that, you've got this banner section at the top of the screen telling you your payroll is in test mode. And this basically means the payroll isn't going to make any submissions anywhere yet until you choose to go live. A lot of people like to do a parallel run on their payroll before they choose to switch it to live so that they can then make their online submissions to HMRC. To the right hand side, we have the current period, and if we click on it, it takes us into the payroll run itself. And to navigate back to the screen before, you can always click the back button. To the right of the period, you can also see the activity tab, and this is going to give you details of various different changes you've made to the payroll. And it's almost like an audit trail or an activity log of any changes that have happened on this payroll itself. If we then move on over to the left hand side here, you've got the dashboard, which is the current screen we're on. This shows us the payday of the payroll, how many more days until payday, the processing day of the payroll, and when the payslips are going to be uploaded to the employee portal, and the employees are going to receive a notification to let them know their payslips are available as well. On the right hand side, you've got how many employees, or we call them team members in Paycircle, are on this payroll, how many new starters for that period, and how many leavers. Just underneath here, you have the activity log, which is showing you various changes you've made to the payroll team and perhaps the pensions. If we move our way down on the left hand panel here, if we select payroll, this takes us into the payroll. So it's taken to the current period of the current run. This takes us to the current period, where we can see in this instance that we're in May, and we can also see the payday at the top there, and then the team tab that's showing us any employees on this payroll, which we can see we haven't got any yet. If we then go back, you then have the pensions tab. This is where all of the pension schemes will sit. You can see we've got a nest scheme set up just here, and there's a little settings cog where you can go in and look at the various settings within the pension scheme. And top right, you've also got an option to set up additional pensions if you need to. Moving our way down on the left hand side, you've then got the team tab, and this is where you'll be able to add team members to the payroll. Using this button, you can set them up manually, or you've also got the option to import them in. We then have a reporting tab. This allows us to go in and run multi-period reports if we want to, so we can select the various reports in the system. We can choose Open Report, and when we select Open Report, it gives us an option to choose a date range of when we'd like to run that report for. The difference between this reporting tab and when you're in the payroll run and you've calculated the employees and you then say the reports, is the reports within the payroll itself only relate to the current period you're in. Whereas this little tab that sits outside of the payroll tab allows you to run reports not just against one period, but multiple periods if you'd wish to. Last but not least, we have a settings tab, and this has got various settings to do with this company. So payroll settings, we've got all the information about the company here under payroll settings, various other bits and bobs. We've got the pay elements tab where you can set up various pay elements, various pension settings, reports and journals, and so on. Now, you'll see some additional videos later on in the pack where you can see how to set up pay elements, for instance, and the various payroll settings within your company. So that's how to find your way around in your current payroll.